Hello everybody, once again, I am Robert and this is Corvette World Dallas. I got a beautiful third generation Corvette to show you. Not just any third generation, the last of the third generation. This is a 1982 Collector Edition hatchback coupe. Check this out. So, got some history on this. Little short, me, salesman Robert. Been a Corvette guy my whole life. I've probably forgotten a lot of information over the years because I'm so focused on the newer ones. I had to do a little memory redraw and some cross-checking. I'm going to break this down. So, 1982. It was the first production year for Bowling Green, Kentucky's new production plant. They were originally, Corvettes used to be built over in Missouri. They moved production to Bowling Green, Kentucky, and they've been built there ever since. So this is the first year, and ironically, this is also the last year of the third generation Corvette. Of course, it's a Stingray generation. The chassis that this car is built on was the Corvette's chassis dating back to 1963. So pretty much all the Stingray generations from the second and third were all built on the same chassis. It's the last year for it. There were a total of 25,407 cars built that year. And of them, 6,759 were collector's editions like you see here. All the collector edition coupes came in the same color scheme you see, which is the Silver Beige. And they had the custom collector's edition decal kits and pinstriping that you see here. They all came like this, along with some other features which we're going to go over. Absolutely gorgeous, beautiful car. And, man, there's a lot to go over. So, let's start from the beginning. From the front, of course, it's a flip-up headlight car. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put the lights up really quick so you all can see how that works. Voila. I even remember when I was a kid, I always thought, are the lights flat under there like the C4? Nope, they're rounded. And of course, this was an older time. Now, when you shut them off, they're going to stay up like that until you start the car. Continuing on, the badge on the Collector's Edition was unique. All other 82s just had the straight cross flags. This one has the wraparound with the Collector's Edition. And of course, all C4s and C5s would continue this halo tradition. It will be a long time, so this will be the first of the halo flag cars. Coming to the wheels. So with the Collector Edition, they had a unique wheel different from the rest of the other 82 lineup. This is meant to be reminiscent of the late 60s C3s. It has, of course, the beige inlay with the machine face front with the cross flags that you see here. And again, this wheel was exclusive to the Collector Edition. All the Collector Editions, of course, I mentioned the pinstriping. Also, of course, they had the crossfire injection motor. We'll get to that more in a little bit. But I will highlight one thing while we're at it. This was the first computer-controlled electronic fuel-injected motor. Corvette did have fuel-injected options from 1957 through 67, but those were mechanically injected. This is the first computer electronic injected. The mirrors were powered. That was an option at the time. We have these, I want to call them, they're like mirrored tinted T-tops that you see here. And of course, they are removable. They're removable T-tops. They did have factory little pieces you can stick up in here to blot out the sun if need be. Unfortunately, we didn't get those, but again, they can be ordered online or tinted out. You can see the pinstriping makes its way around to the back. And of course, then you have the rear fascia, or I should say the rear bumper fascia of the, as you can see here, got a little bit of black inlays on the taillights here, or Corvette logoing. And it does have dual exhaust. You can see, and not like today where everything's all fancy. You just had straight twin exhaust ports under there. And of course, your gas tank. Get the cross flag, does it up, and there it is, right under there. Of course, filling up from the back would remain a thing in the C4. You do have a power antenna, but then you have something unique. This was a first, and this, of course, would become a staple in Corvettes all the way to this day. But believe it or not, this was the first Corvette to have a openable hatchback, like you see here. Believe it or not, when you see other C3s, these were not openable. This was the first. And you can see, like the C4s, you got your storage compartments back here. You got the battery in the one here. See, this is where your battery's located at. And then over here, you got your storage bit. And there, so you can put storage items right here. So that's what your two compartments back here have. We do have these are little baggies for the T-tops if you want to stow them. And of course, like a lot of SUVs today, you got a hatch hider, see? So if you need to hide your belongings, you can put that up so people can't see what you got back here. Now, when you close this thing, again, because this is, you can see, it's all glass and it's old. When you close it, get it down to about here. from the middle, firmly but not too hard. All right, opening these things, just say, well, how do you open it? No, for those, I'm talking about for those kids. Everybody older knows. You go with your hand in. That's to get. All right, so the interior of the Collector Edition was also unique. They had what they call the Silver Beige two-tone interior, as you can see all throughout. You see we've got power door locks, got your windshield wipers, your lights, you know, your tilt, and yes, a telescopic steering wheel. Obviously a manual telescopic. We have your radio here. Now that has obviously been updated. That is not an original radio. I will note though, 82 was the last year you can get 8-track tapes as an option. For those that don't know or too young, ask your grandpa what 8-tracks are. Obviously it has AC, and you can see here our cigarette lighter ashtray, 4-speed automatic. And that's another highlight. In 82, you couldn't get a manual. It was the first time since 1954 a manual was not available for Corvette. So from 55 all the way to 81, you had a manual option. 82 was 4-speed automatic only. This little center pad here is for your armrest, but again, if you want, look at, they tuck away. You can get out of the way if you need extra space. A little tidbit about this generation too. And you have power seats. See that? Power tilt. And a leather-wrapped steering wheel with the Collector's Edition with the horn. And coming to the engine bay here, you can see, again, this is Corvette's first computer-controlled fuel injection motor here, known as the Crossfire. Crossfire would have a 2 model year run, obviously the 82 and the 84. Output is 200 horsepower, obviously 5.7 liter, 350 cubic inches. It would then be replaced by the L98. A lot of people talk about this motor. Obviously, you know, some have sour opinions of it because they're not sure how to work on it, but those that know how to work on it say it's actually a very good, very reliable motor once you know what you're doing. But again, this was Chevrolet's first step into the computer era for their injected V8s. One thing I want to highlight, and this is a little personal for me because I'm originally born and raised from Chicago, Illinois. This was originally delivered to Gateway Chevrolet there off of Milwaukee, there on the north side. This is literally just down the street from where my grandparents used to live, my father grew up at. It's kind of nostalgic for me. So again, we have that. That comes with the car. And of course, I also have the original owner's manual. Look at that. Look at how thin this is. That's crazy. You look how thick these books are today. I mean, look at that's the owner's book for the 82. That's amazing. Yeah, it is so cool. So this 1982 has only 17,181 at time of checking. We got it priced at $23,995. So again, Collector's Edition. You got this beautiful car here. It's the last of the C3s. It's the first Corvette model year to be produced at Bowling Green, Kentucky. Some of the staples that came from this car would continue on and still continue to this day. What an icon. So if you are interested in this beautiful Corvette or any other Corvettes in my inventory, please see our info up in the corner and down in the description below. Please leave a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.